Okay, in today's video, as you can see, we are going to be going over calculating the cost of electricity usage. And we're going to do that through a simple example where we're going to talk about how much it costs to pop popcorn with an electric popping machine like this one here we have in this picture. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say that that electric popcorn popper has a power rating or a power of 1500 watts, 1500 watts. And I just picked a nice round number. Let's say it takes us, let's just say 10 minutes to pop popcorn using that popcorn machine at 1500 watts. Now, when you pay for electricity, you don't really pay for electricity, or you don't really actually just pay for power. You pay per kilowatt hour, which sometimes you will see, or often you will see, abbreviated as kW for kilowatt, H for hour. And I put a little dot in there because it's really what you do is you figure out how many kilowatts and you multiply that times the number of hours. It's not kilowatts per hour, it's just kilowatt hour. Now, I don't know what you pay for electricity, and I kind of know what I pay, which is a little bit more than this, but I just came up with a kind of round number of, let's just say we pay 23 cents per kilowatt hour. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less, but that is what we're going to say we cost of electricity. So 1 kilowatt hour, 1 kilowatt for 1 hour will cost 23 cents. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but we do have a lot of electrical devices and not just popping popcorn, but let's just see what it costs to pop the popcorn. So I'm going to go through this, I think, in 3 steps. And we want to know kilowatt hours. So we have the number of watts, obviously, so we're going to convert that watts into kilowatts. We're going to convert watts into kilowatts, and we have 1500 watts. I'm going to go through this nicely step by step. We're just going to say that the conversion factor is 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts, and then you can see here the watts cancel, so it's 1500 times 1 divided by 1000. As you might know, to convert from watts to kilowatts or meters to kilometers, you just divide by 1000. That means that that popcorn machine has a rating, if we want to express it in kilowatts, as 1.5 kilowatts. So all I did was convert watts to kilowatts, and then on the next slide we're going to determine the number of kilowatt hours. Okay, so here I put up here the power, and I just changed it from 1500 to 1.5 kilowatts. We still have 10 minutes, and this is the cost that we're going to use eventually, but we're going to determine kilowatt hours. And you can see here sometimes the problem will be given in hours, but it needs to be converted into hours if you're given minutes or some other time. Okay, here we gave it minutes, so it needs to convert to hours, so we're just going to take the time in minutes, and once again when we convert, we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. We have 10 minutes times 1 divided by 60, or 10 divided by 60 is equal to 0.167 hours. Okay, because we have to have kilowatt hours. Now we know how many kilowatts, 1.5, and we know how many hours. We just multiply those two together, right? This basically says kilowatt hours, which is because they're written next to each other. It's multiplied kilowatt times hours. Here's our kilowatts, here's our hours, and that means that that popcorn popper at 1.5 kilowatts, or 1500 watts, for 10 minutes is 0.25 kilowatt hours. Kilowatts times hours. All right, now the third thing is it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to figure out the cost now. We know it costs us 23 cents per kilowatt hour. We actually use less than a kilowatt hour, so it's going to be less than 23 cents. We only use a quarter of a kilowatt hour, so then it's times 23 cents. So I just did a full conversion here because it's 23 cents per kilowatt hour, and that means that that turns out to be 0.0575 cents, or really that rounds up to 6 cents. So if you pop popcorn with a popcorn maker that has a rating of about 1500 watts, and it takes you 10 minutes, it costs you 6 cents. Now that might not seem like a lot, but you do have in your house, you probably pay more than 6 cents a month for your electricity because you probably do more than just make popcorn. You have lights, the refrigerator's running, the lights, you're doing a lot of cooking, maybe you have you're drying your hair, you're making toast. It all adds up over time. So don't waste electricity, it costs money. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, please do all of the following 4 things. The first thing you should do is subscribe to my channel, get all my excellent physics, chemistry, and math videos. You should leave me a give me a thumbs up for this video, and then you should leave me a nice positive comment in the comment section below. And then, of course, the very last thing, but the most important, do not forget, sharing is caring. Share this video with your friends over some popcorn and show them how much you care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.